I've been working in the futures industry for over 11 years, and I've been with Advantage since November of 2010. Today I'm going to be talking about customer protection rules and how we have to protect customer funds, and specifically the enhanced customer protections that the CFTC passed in November of 2013. As an FCM, we've always been required to segregate or set aside all of our customer money from our own. That way our funds are completely separate from the customers, and in the event of a default, all the customer funds are separated into their own account and are fully protected. With the meltdown of MF Global in October of 2011 and subsequently of Peregrine Financial Group in the summer of 2012, the CFTC passed a massive new regulation called the Enhanced Customer Protection Rule, and it was fully codified in November of 2013. So one of the key points to this new regulation is called the residual interest requirement. And in addition to all of our other segregation requirements that we have for customer funds, we now have to compute a new residual interest requirement. And what that is it's basically we have to take the sum of all of our client margin requirements on a given day based on the prior day's close. And we have to basically cover all those margin calls with our own funds. The only way we're allowed to reduce that requirement is if we do receive cash from the client the next day. So this has kind of represented a big shift in the way the industry operates, where clients aren't given as much leeway, or really any leeway in a lot of cases, to work out of a position. They are required more strictly to cover their margin calls in cash on the following day. Another big point to this regulation was balance reporting, and this basically stemmed from the meltdown of Peregrine Financial Group, where they had some fraud involved with their bank statements. All of our banks and carrying brokers, so other FCMs and clearing organizations, any balances that we are holding with them, now they have to report directly to our regulators, our primary regulator being the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And they have to report these balances on a daily basis, and our regulators then take those balances reported from the banks, carrying brokers, and exchanges, compare them to what we report on a daily basis just to make sure that everything's in line. We also have new withdrawal restrictions in place as far as customer segregated money. And this is often referred to as the Corzine Rule, and again stemming from the MF Global meltdown, where they had some funds that were being shifted between client and MF accounts intraday. So this rule prevents that by putting a 25% limit on the amount of customer funds that we can move out of a customer account on a given day. So we basically have to look at our amount of funds that we have, our excess funds, client funds on a given day, and if we do have to move more than 25% of that amount, we're required to report it to our regulators immediately and explain how we're going to be replenishing those funds if need be.